Alrighty guys, let's talk about Tenkara fishing. I'm getting ready to go on a trip this weekend. I'm going to do some Tenkara fishing. It's been a while since I've gone out to do anything. I've been working so much. But I'm getting all the gear out and going through it. So I figured this would be a good time to talk about it. Like a quick intro to Tenkara. Try to get the word out because this is like my favorite way to fish. I absolutely love it. One of the coolest things ever to take with you hiking, backpacking, fishing, wherever there's a small stream, a river, or even a lake. So let's talk about it. First, this is the rod, and this is my Dragon Tail Tenkara rod. They're based out of Idaho, but the rods are made in China. And so what essentially Tenkara is fly fishing without a reel. Now some people might get mad at me for saying it's fly fishing, but your pole is very similar to a fly pole, except it's longer and it's telescoping, so it telescopes down and short, short and long. And there's no reel. So you have your line and your tippet and your rod. And that is it. It's super simple. So this rod came with a really nice case. This is like a metal tube that will protect your Tenkara rod, so you can pack it in your backpack or wherever you want to bring it, throw it in your car, and your rod is protected. And the end here unscrews, and then out comes the Tenkara rod. Super nice. It comes with this little protective sock on there. So once you get the sock off of here, there's a little protector on the top here. That's where your line connects. It's I forget what they call it, but it's the tip of the line, and that's how you connect the line to. There's a couple different ways to connect the line to that. And you just take a specific length of line, and you can use different materials for your line, and you secure it onto the end of the pole. And then typically you have some sort of line keeper. I'm using this kind of line keeper right now. It comes on the pole. You can take this on and off. This doesn't have to be there at all. It just pops on and off. And that keeps your line. And this pole will telescope out, and then you just do like a 10 to 2 cast into the water. So the pole I have, this is the only pole I have, is the Dragon Tail Mizuchi, and this is telescoping to different sizes, so you can go from like 8 foot to 9 foot to 10 foot, or 9, 10, and 11 feet. I can't remember exactly what it is, but there's 3 different lengths you can go. So if you're in a more crowded, small area, you can shrink it down a little bit. And if you want more reach, you can make it longer. And I found that I accidentally stepped on this pole once, and I broke one of the sections. And I was able to collapse it down to the shorter section and still use this pole because the broken section was in the pole. So that was really cool. Not cool that I stepped on it, but I was able to fix it and everything. So that is the rod. Somehow I have to figure out how to show you guys how to look at that. And so with Tenkara, you can use flies, of course. You can use your traditional flies from fly fishing, but what we do is we use something called kebaris. And it's like a Japanese kebari fly pole. Or fly. And let's zoom in here. Okay, we've zoomed in. These are regular fly bobbers that I have, but these are kebaris. And there's different types of kebaris, and it's tied almost like a reverse regular fly. Instead of the heckle going towards the hook, it goes towards where you tie it off at. And these things are meant to sink for the most part. They're kind of like nymphs, but like I said, there's all different types. and you throw it upstream, and you just let it float back to you or let it float downstream. And you can do action with the rod and kind of bounce it up and down to entice fish, or don't do that at all. But absolutely love this kind of fishing. See, these ones are a little weighted on the end. And these are all kebari. The only ones in here that aren't are these copper johns. And this guy right here has been my most successful one. I use it the most, and that's why I'm missing all of them. But it's like a copper john kebari, basically. You just have your line all set up. You keep this on here, so like all I have to do now is walk up to a stream, undo my line, telescope the pole out, and I'm ready to cast. So there's other line keepers. So there's floating line. And so what I do is I pre-make all these lines for different areas and scenarios for if I want to change it up. Now originally these were used with horsehair line, like way back when. Now we use synthetic materials, but they also make furled lines that simulate the horsehair. They simulate like the horsehair lines. It's like a weaved material. I forget what it's made out of. And this stuff is way easier to cast than this thin synthetic stuff. And I've caught fish with both of these. And so these are pre-made. So I can take that guy off of there, and I can wind it up on one of here and just tie another line on it. And it's as easy as that. Now these are also line keepers. You can put this over your pole and have it hang out down here just to keep your line when you're traveling. All I do is wrap it up, collapse it, wrap it up, and walk down the stream. If there's room, I'll just hold on to the fly. And there's all sorts of different keepers you can get. These little thin keepers, there's these foam keepers, and then there's the keepers like that, and they keep your line. Okay? And so the Tenkara is called level line, and there's different sizes, 3, 3.5, and whatnot. And then I use tippet material. And that's essentially it. That is all you need to Tenkara fish. You can get a little bit more technical with this and stuff, but that's essentially all you need to get started. Let me dig through my bag here. Yeah, so with any luck, I'm going to go this weekend. And I haven't done this in a while. Like, it's probably been a year or more, and I don't remember how any of this stuff hooks up to the rod. It's super simple. So we're going to give it a go, and with, any luck, we are going to have a Tenkara video for you guys of me catching fish. So I love this kind of fishing so much. The very first time I went Tenkara fishing, I caught a fish. Within 2 casts, I was hooked ever since. Absolutely love it. Alrighty guys, I just wanted to show you real quick this rod expanded. All the technical stuff you guys can look up or leave a comment, but you want your tippet to be sizable, 2 or 3 feet. 1 to 3 feet, something like that. It all depends. I use tippet rings, and so there's a little tiny metal ring I tie on the end of my line, and that I attach the tippet to. You get this all done, and then you just pull this sucker out. And you want to go the first one first, right? So as you come out, you want to make these tight together, and they will absolutely stay together. And I don't know if you guys can see that at all, but this pole is tall. It's 11 feet. I'm telling you, it's a blast. So there's no way I'd be able to get this whole thing in the shot. It's a super light action pole. It's so fun. I'm telling you guys, it is so fun. And then a couple of these. That's not it. And all you do to adjust the size, not all of them adjust size, but you just go down like that and boom, now it's shorter. And I can do that one more time. Now it's shorter and it swells up a little bit in the section, and that's what holds on to it. Yeah, right there you can feel the swell. And you bring it down, and that's as short as this one goes. You can get all sorts of different sizes of poles, whatever suits your needs. I found that I got this Mizuchi pole from Dragon Tail, and it tends to be on the short side of poles, being the max of 11 feet. But from being like anywhere from 9, 10 to 11 feet, I love this pole. It works out for me. If you're like in big open waters, you might want to get a longer one. But in my opinion, this is a super good all-around pole. I love it. Absolutely love this thing. And then you want to expand it out, you just pull and it locks in. Just like that. And then you want to collapse it. Now it absolutely can be frustrating at times when your line's getting tangled up and stuff, and you're getting caught in bushes and whatnot. But just pay attention to where your line's at, be aware of what's behind you, and you should be good to go. I just got tangled up on the line right there. It happens. But just be aware. You can snag things really easy and stuff. So yeah, if you guys want more videos on Tenkara, let me know. But like I said, hopefully this weekend we will have a fishing video. So yeah, that's what the pole looks like. So you get it all collapsed down, put it back on your line keeper, whatever your line keeper is. I would definitely recommend getting some sort of line keeper, but I can go out fishing now with just this pole and this line keeper, and as long as I don't lose this line or tangle it up or something, I'm ready to fish all day like this. You can just use the same fly. And the whole idea isn't to try to trick them with the fly, it's just try to trick the fish with what you have. But it can be whatever you want it to be. Alrighty guys, so that is just the quick and dirty intro to Tenkara fishing. That's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to go over. That's pretty much all you need to know to get a Tenkara rod and try it out. There's plenty of videos showing you how to tie your lines and your flies and everything. If this is something that appeals to you, get a pole and go try it. It's absolutely the funnest thing ever. My favorite kind of fishing. It's kind of a zen thing. It's awesome. I absolutely love it, and I am super excited to go out and go Tenkara fishing. So guys, that's it. Just a quick and dirty intro to Tenkara fishing. If you have any questions, put them in the comments, and hopefully we will have a good Tenkara fishing video for you guys after the weekend. So that's pretty much it. We'll see you guys on the next one.